sheath in that way.
So when you go up for the
4, 5, and 6.
it's just up to here?
So you bring it up here like this here,
Yeah.
boom here. It's basically just draw out here, and then it comes around and wham. Now, for now, we go around our body like this, right? That's the long way.
Yeah.
All right. The short way is we're here. We move our body around the sword, and the sword doesn't necessarily, this way, we move the sword. See how the sword is moving in the orbit?
Yeah.
That's how we begin with it, but eventually it's here, and we move our body around the sword. I don't want to start with that, because I want to make us do it the long way, because I'm a firm believer in billboard, poster, 8.5 by 11 postage stamp. But you can, as you're doing it, if you feel comfortable with, okay, so yeah, boom here, and I go completely around and I strike angle 4. If you're good with that and you want to play with the boom here, now I move my body up, see I got some boom, boom here and slice this way, that was a little too tight. I'm here like this, and then I can move my body more than the sword. You can do that. I was thinking billboard, but I was trying to go piece of paper. So. All right. Yes.
So you gotta have to think about not following the blade down my finger real
You
back.
got- yeah. Well,
Because that's gonna land
so
you.
when the blade, if you put your index finger here and
Yeah.
don't move it,
Yeah.
you don't want to move you don't want to do this with your finger and try to adjust the sword. And
Yeah.
move you put your finger here horizontally to it, and you leave it there, and you lay this here, and you bring this, you bring the sword down. You're not going to cut yourself because your finger's going down that groove, right? Boom, right there.
Yeah, I'm talking about when I'm pushing.
Oh, when you draw it out.
So
Yes.
then I'm not like,
Yes, you have to. When you turn this, you make sure your hand goes with it.
yeah.
Boom. So I'm like this. My fingers are back.
Yeah.
My index finger is away from there. My thumb is now away from there. So when I draw, wham,
Yeah.
wham. Yeah, working with a live blade makes you realize a lot of stuff could go wrong.
A lot of stuff that you do wrong too. With
And yes, and if you do something slightly incorrect, you'll know it instantly. Now I will tell you this, I've cut myself a lot, and there's usually not a lot of pain involved with being cut with one of these because they are sharp and you don't get a lot of pain. There's a little sting about 3 or 4 seconds later after you realize your finger is sticky because blood is dripping from it. But it does make a very nice, even cut. I will tell you that. It's not a jagged
Solace.
cut. Yeah, at least if you have to be sewn up by a hospital, it's a decent cut. It's not a bunch of jagged ones. Now, if you're doing it for real, you want it to be slightly dull, because then it makes really nasty cuts, and you can't sew those up as easy, and better chance your enemy dies. So, which is one reason why the misconception that swords were super sharp. They weren't super sharp. They were just sharp enough to cut you, but dull enough to really make it hard and damage you. When it doesn't slice in a nice little cut like you see in the movies. Get these nice, perfect little slices and cuts. Yeah, that's decent, but you can get that sewn up as long as your body doesn't fall apart. But if it's slightly dull and they cut you, it's all jaggedy and crooked. Yeah, that ain't gonna get sewed up too well. Good. All right, now we're going to reverse draw. So instead of coming over top with our knuckles up, we're going to come under with our palms up. Boom. It comes up, same thing. It comes up like this. Now as it does, this hand grips here. Don't let go of this hand. Use it as a pivot. It pivots up. Boom. Blam, and then the sheath. So whatever angle you use, it comes from underneath, comes out, you draw, it flips up like this, and as it comes up, this hand grips. This hand doesn't release, it just opens up, and you roll it like it's a pivot point here, like this. Boom, boom, comes up, bam, just like that. Okay? All 9 angles. And after we do that, then we'll sheath it back. We'll sheath it in the reverse. That's always fun. Yeah, it's fun trying to hit those angles.
I saw him.
So when you draw it out, it comes out, boom, here like this here. If you're going to hit angle 2, you're already kind of turning at angle 2 and just wham, boom.
It's a lot easier to hit the crossbody angles.
I like 3 with this because you can come up
Oh, yeah.
and then you just go straight down. Now, I'm not saying that this is a effective combat version of drawing, but it can be effective for many, many things. Dexterity is one. You can do it if you practice long enough, and it might just scare the holy bejesus out of somebody that wouldn't be scared of drawing it like that. If you pulled it out and went, wow, they'd be like, oh, what was that? I don't want to fight you. Of course, anybody pulls a sword out, I'm like, dude, I don't know if I even want to fight you. You're either really good or really stupid. And I don't know which, so you win.
Just dumb enough to be dangerous.
Yes. The people that are just dumb enough to be dangerous, you don't want to fight. I simply say, you win, I'm out of here. Take this one home as a win. Of course, most people that we attack with these are going to be zombies, so it ain't going to matter. Yeah. Yes. Zombies aren't going to be able to fight back like that, you know. I guess it depends on what kind of zombies, you know. The Night of the Living Dead zombies, those are okay because they're really slow. World War Z zombies? I don't admit, those things are fast.
Rage.
I don't think I've seen that.
Rage.
Rage? I haven't seen that.
Swing a newsletter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
They were fast. Have you seen World War Z?
Yeah.
Oh, those zombies were fast.
Yeah.
So is the ones in
I?
Will Smith.
Oh, I Am Legend.
I Am Legend. Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So is those.
Yeah, they were fast. Yeah, you don't want to mess with fast zombies. Yeah, the key to all this, other than everything else, is this movement here.
Yeah.
This hand opening and just learning how to rotate it without causing issue, which is why we practice it, because it gives you the opportunity to train it now so that you're so good at it later that people can't understand how good you are, because like, oh dude, you can say, oh, I just learned that yesterday. Matter of fact, it's the first time I ever really tried it. Seems like it'll work for me. But in fact, it takes a long time to get good at that. Yeah. And then when we get ready, the last one we'll do, you can draw it either way you want, but when we sheath it reverse. So you can mix it up, you can do one, you can do the other, it doesn't matter how you draw it, but the sheathing of it will be reversed.
It's a lot easier, well, safer. It's not so much easier. For these three.
Yes.
For these three.
Yes. And just because we practice all the angles, doesn't mean you have to do them all with it. You know, you can look at an angle and say, that's just not physically something I'll ever want to get good at.
Not a viable target.
Yeah, not a viable way to do it. But we practice it, doesn't mean you have to use it. There's a lot of stuff I've practiced over the years that I've not really used. There's a lot of stuff that I haven't really practiced a lot that I used.
Yeah.
It's,